You know the story of the three wise men of the East, and how they traveled from far away to offer their gifts at the manger cradle in Bethlehem. But have you ever heard of the story of the other wise men, who also saw the star in its rising and set out to follow it? Yet he did not arrive with his brethren in the presence of the young child Jesus. Listen to the tale of Artaban, as we have heard it in the Hall of Dreams, in the palace of the heart of man. It is a time when Caesar Augustus is master of many kings, and Herod reigns in Jerusalem. And far to the east, among the mountains of Persia, there dwells in the city of Ecbatana a certain man named Artaban. He is a scholar, a philosopher, an astronomer, one of the Magi who is famous for their learning and ability to heal the sick with medicines made from herbs. Around the pleasant dwellings of Artaban, there spreads a lovely garden, a tangle of flowers and fruit trees made musical by many birds. But Artaban has sold his house, as we shall hear, and he has met for the last time with his 9 friends. He's reminded them of the ancient Zoroastrian prophecy, which tells that a great king shall arise out of Israel. And he tells them of a new star, which he saw in the spring of the year, which he believes will lead them to the king. Yet not a single one of the 9 is willing to go with him on his journey. And now comes the most difficult part of Artaban's great adventure. He must bid farewell to his old father, and they know they may never see each other again.
My father, you have always taught me that the highest of all knowledge is the knowledge of the stars.
Yes, my son, the stars are the thoughts of the eternal.
And that religion without a great hope would be like an altar without a living fire. Remember the prophecy that in the appointed time the victorious one shall arise, and around him shall shine a mighty brightness.
Yes, the ancient prophecy. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall arise out of Israel. But how can you be certain that now is the time? And why must you leave us and go off across the desert alone?
Father, I only know that when I see the new star, I feel a great beckoning and an excitement such as I've never known before. And besides, I'll not be alone. My 3 friends, Gaspar, Melchior, and Balthazar, they're keeping watch at the ancient temple in Babylonia. And when the new star appears again, as we're certain it will, they'll wait for me 10 days, and we'll set out together for Jerusalem, there to see and to worship the promised one that is to be born King of Israel.
You have sold your house.
Yes, but I bought these 3 jewels. They're to be my gifts to the king.
A sapphire, as blue as the night sky. And a ruby, as red as a ray of sunrise. And a pearl, as pure as the peak of a snow mountain at twilight. My son, there may be a light of truth that's in this sign that's appeared in the sky. But it may also just be a shadow of the light, and whoever follows it may have a long pilgrimage and an empty search. I'm too old for this journey, but my heart will be your companion day and night. Go in peace and try to send me word of your success.
Farewell, my father.
Far over the eastern plain, a white mist stretches like a lake. But over the western horizon, The sky is crystal clear. Then, suddenly, as Artaban watches, behold, an azure spark is born, rounding itself with purple splendors, then into a crimson sphere. The star spires upward through rays of saffron into a point of white radiance pulsating in the sky.
The star, it is a sign. The king is coming, and I'll go to meet him.
Artaban must travel well if he is to keep the appointed hour with the other three magi. He travels late into the night and morning, long before sunrise. And finally, toward the evening of the 10th day, he arrives beneath the walls of Babylon. It's 3 hours' journey yet to the Temple of the Seven Spheres, and he must reach the place by midnight if he is to find his friends waiting. A grove of date palms looms in the twilight, and suddenly, Artaban stops a few feet short of a dark object in the shadow of the last palm tree.
A poor man unconscious. I wonder what evil's befallen him, beaten and robbed. No, his skin is hot and dry. Oh, it must be that deadly fever that strikes this time of year. He's all but dead. I cannot help him, and I must hurry or I'll be too late. What must I do then? If I stay, he'll only die anyway and I'll lose my quest. By his dress, he's only one of the poor Hebrew exiles, and there's thousands like him in Babylon. But if I go on, what if I could have saved him? O God of truth and of purity, guide me in the holy path. Why do I stand here debating with myself? I cannot go on. I've got to stay and do what I can to help.
Hour after hour, Artaban labors to bring down the man's fever, and at last, the man's strength returns.
Who are you? Why have you sought me here? To bring back my life?
I'm Artaban of the city of Ecbatana in Persia, and I'm going to Jerusalem in search of one that is to be born King of the Jews, a mighty prince, and a deliverer of all men. And I dare not delay any longer upon my journey, for the caravan that is waiting for me, they may leave without me. But see, here's what I have left of the bread and the wine. And there's a potion of healing herbs in here. Your fever is down now, and you can find the dwelling of the other Hebrews among the houses in Babylon.
May the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob bless and prosper your journey. But stay, I have nothing to give you in return, only this. I know where the Messiah must be sought. For the prophets had said that he should not be born in Jerusalem, but Bethlehem of Judea.
Bethlehem? I'll tell my companion. Farewell.
It is already long past midnight, and Artaban comes in haste. The first beam of the sun finds him anxiously scanning the temple of the seven spheres, but there's no trace of his friends. He climbs to the highest terrace, looking toward the west, and he finds a piece of parchment, and he reads it.
Balthazar? Anyone here? Oh no. Oh no. To Artaban. We have waited long past the midnight. We can delay no longer. We go to find the king. Follow us across the desert. How can I follow them across the desert with no food, no camel? They had promised me a camel and provisions for my journey. I suppose I cannot blame them for not waiting. What to do? I know. I'll go back to Babylon. And I'll sell my sapphire. And I'll buy me a camel and provisions for my journey. I may never overtake my friends, but I must try. But then another question. Do I go to Jerusalem as we had planned? Or do I go to Bethlehem like the Hebrews said I should do? I suppose if there's any virtue in stopping to show kindness, then I'll make Bethlehem my destination. Who knows? Perhaps I'll be the first to see the king.
And yet, even now, the great miracle in Bethlehem has already taken place.
Come, my darling, come and help me. For lovely is the child who learns to labor. With thanksgiving to the Lord our God, each season in its turn brings food and drink to those who love and cherish it. Our home was filled with love and plenty. Our vineyard gives us grapes for wine. Our sheep gives us wool, and our bees give us honey. And we'll have honey cakes tonight. Soon you will learn to sing a song you've made yourself. A song like Jacob's coat, a song of many colors that will reach the ear of the Lord our God.
And now it is the third day after the Magi have gone. Guided by the rays of the star, they found Jesus with Mary and Joseph, and they've laid their gifts at his feet. And they've gone their way, returning to Persia. But Artaban does not know of these happenings. He draws near, weary, but full of hope, bearing his ruby and his pearl to offer to the king.
Now I shall surely find him at last. This is Bethlehem, the place the Hebrew told me of. But where are all the people? Greetings, peace be unto you.
And to you as well.
The streets of your village are deserted, and I was wondering, is it time when the men go into the hill pastures to bring down their sheep?
They are in the hills, that's true, but that's not the reason. Who are you?
I'm Artaban of the city of Ecbatana in Persia. I'm one of those who follow after the teachings of Zoroaster. We are called the Magi, and I've traveled many miles in search of 3 of my brethren. Have you seen others like me recently?
There were 3 strangers who came a few days ago. Each wore a headdress like your own, but they're gone now. It's sad you've come too late to find them.
But tell me, what did they say and do while they were here? And Where did they go?
They said that the star had guided them to Bethlehem, and they found a man named Joseph of Nazareth and his wife Mary and their newborn son. They were very rich men by the clothes that they wore and by the gifts that they brought to Joseph and Mary for the child. It was all very strange.
But have they gone? Which way did they go? And where can I find this child you speak of?
I'm filled with sorrow to tell you, for I can see you've come a long way. They disappeared as suddenly as they came. We were afraid at the strangeness of their visit.
But the child,
The man of Nazareth took the babe and his mother and the child and fled secretly in the night. It was whispered that they had gone far away to Egypt. Ever since then, there's been a spell upon Bethlehem.
a spell.
Something evil hangs over us. They say the Roman soldiers are coming to tax us, and the men have driven the flocks and the herds far back among the hills to escape and hide from it.
I wish it could have been this child. For kings have been born in lowlier houses than this one, and the favorite of the stars might even arise from a cottage. But it's not seemed good to the God of wisdom to grant my search so quickly and so easily. The one I search has gone on before me, and I must follow him to
Please.
Egypt.
Please come into my house. It will give me great pleasure to offer you such food and drink as we have.
Oh, thank you for your kindness to a stranger. I am very weary.
Out of my way, whoever you are. I must search this house.
Please. I'm alone in this place. I'm all alone in this place. I'm waiting here to give this jewel to the prudent captain who will go and leave me in peace.
There is no child here. Go search the houses on the hill.
Then was fulfilled what was spoken by the prophet Jeremiah. A voice was heard in Ramah, wailing and loud lamentations. Rachel weeping for her children, because they were no more.
O God of truth, what else could I have done? Yet this is the second time that I've spent that I have kept for the king. Shall I ever be worthy to see his face?
Thank you for saving the life of my little one. May the Lord bless you and keep you wherever you go.
I can see the sorrow of your village is much greater than my own. Come and let's go see what hurt is done and help where we're able.
There is a silence in the Hall of Dreams, deep and mysterious. The years of Artaban are flowing swiftly, and we catch only a glimpse of him here and there. We see him among the throngs of people in Egypt, searching everywhere for traces of the family that fled from Bethlehem. We see him here, again, in a garden of a remote house in Alexandria, taking counsel from a Hebrew rabbi. The old man reads from his rolls of parchment the words which foretell the sufferings of the promised Messiah, the despised and rejected of men, the man of sorrows.
My friend, the king that you're searching for will not be found in the palace, nor among the rich and powerful.
What manner of king do you see then?
The light for which the world is waiting is a new light. The glory that shall arise out of triumphant suffering. And the kingdom will be a new kingdom, a kingdom of love. I do not know how all this shall come to pass, but this I do know, they that look for him must look among the poor and the lowly, the sorrowful and the oppressed.
Then I must seek him in the hidden ways of sorrow. Peace be unto you.
And unto you, my friend.
'And so the other wise man continues his travels from place to place. And though Artaban finds none to worship, he finds many to help. He feeds the hungry, he clothes the naked, he heals the sick, and he comforts the captive. And his years go by more swiftly than the weaver's shuttle that flashes back and forth through the loom while the web grows and the invisible pattern is completed. Listen then to the final chapter of the story of the other wise man. Three and 30 years have passed since Artaban began his pilgrimage, worn and ready to die, but still searching for the king. He's coming for the last time to Jerusalem, and he's visited the city before, and he's searched through all of its lanes and crowded hovels and black prisons without finding any trace of the family. It is the season of the Passover, and Jerusalem is thronged with strangers. The children of Israel, scattered to far lands all over the world, have returned to the temple for the great feast. And there's been a confusion of tongues in the narrow streets for many days, but on this day, there is a singular agitation visible in the multitude. The sky is veiled with gloom, and the currents of excitement seem to flash through the crowd like the thrill which shakes a forest on the eve of a storm. The clatter of sandals and the soft, thick sounds of thousands of bare feet shuffle over the stone flow unceasingly along the streets that leads to the Damascus gate. Artaban joins company with a group of people from his own country, Parthian Jews who have come up to keep the Passover.
Where are you going? What's all this noise about?
We're going to the place called Golgotha outside the city gates. Have you not heard? 2 thieves are to be crucified and another called Jesus of Nazareth.
The priests and elders have said this Jesus must die because he made himself out to be the Son of God. Pilate has sent him to the cross because he claimed to be the King of the Jews.
King of the Jews?
Everybody knows Herod's the King of the Jews.
Could it be the same man that was born in Bethlehem 3 and 30 years ago?
No, they call him Jesus of Nazareth, not Bethlehem.
Oh, let's hurry. We must go before so we can see it.
Now, I remember the woman in Bethlehem called the child's father Joseph of Nazareth. Why did I never think to look there? After all these years, and Nazareth was the place. The ways of God are much stranger than the thoughts of man. But it may be that I find him at last, today, in the hands of his enemy. And I shall come in time to offer my pearl for his ransom.
Have pity on me. I can see that you are one of the Magi. Save me for the sake of God of purity. My father was a merchant in Parthia, but he is dead, and I am seized for his debts to be sold as a slave. Please save me.
And now Artaban, who has already given away all the other precious gifts he meant for the king, pulls from his pouch his last gift, this pearl of great price to pay for the forgiveness of a debt that a hopeless girl simply could not pay.
Here, daughter, here's your ransom. It's the last of my treasures I'd kept for the king. An earthquake over your head.
Earthquakes, talk to the front.
You have saved me, and my enemies have fled. Come, let us return to Parthia together, to the land of the Magi, and I will care for you as I would my own father.
No, it cannot be. I'm too old and too tired, and my quest has failed.
Your quest? What was your quest?
I followed a star. I sought the truth.
Artaban,
Listen,
What do you hear?
listen, he speaks to me.
come, O blessed of my father, for I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me.
Not so, Lord. I've sought thee for many years, but I've never seen thy face, nor ministered unto thee.
Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as you have done it unto the one of the least of these my brethren, you have done it unto me.
Artaban's journey is ended. The other wise man has indeed found the king. I heard the voice of Jesus say, come unto me and rest. Lay down, thou weary one, lay down thy head upon my breast. I came to Jesus as I was, weary, worn, and sad. I found in him a resting place, and he has made me glad. I heard the voice of Jesus voice of Jesus say, I am this dark world's light. Look unto me, thy morn shall rise, and all thy days be bright. I look to Jesus, and I found in him my star, my sun. And in that light of life I'll walk till traveling days are done.
I looked to Jesus and I found in him my star, my sun. And in that light of life I'll walk till traveling days are done. Thank you.